What's up, man? It's Javon Bishop. I'm here with Knee Deep in the Game, episode 9. I'm here with one of my close and dearest, man, Quaron Elliot. Right now, he's one of the top point guards in the DMV. I'm happy to have him on my podcast. He's flaming hot right now. I'm going to let him give a good intro, and we're going to dive right in.
Yeah, man, what's up? It's Quaron Elliot, Baltimore, Maryland. Point guard, class of 2026 right now.
For sure. And we're not going to wait, man. We're going to go right knee deep in the game with it right now. The other day you posted a comment on your Instagram and said, forever in the calm, but, stay on that side. I just want to dive into that, man. Like, what did you mean by that comment?
Because I just feel like there was a lot of people that, kind of switched sides right there. We the number 11 team in the country. We took our first loss of the season. But, like, that's one game. Like, see, y'all gonna rock with us or y'all not. I feel like we got a lot more to prove. We got a lot more to show. But that's just one game. So.
For sure. And I want to stay on this topic because I think it's extremely important. Like, a lot of people just be there for the ride. Yeah. And, like, as soon as something not, beneficial or flaming hot, people flee to the next big thing. Yeah. And it's like you said, man, like, y'all the number 10 team in the country, y'all been flaming everybody under your comments. And as soon as y'all take one L, them same supporters aren't there.
Yeah.
Like, can you speak on that?
I done seen it all my life for real. You had one big moment, everybody on your side, take one L, not even really an L. Everybody switch up. It ain't much. Like, as long as you keep your head down and work, that's all that matters. I don't really care who with me and who not. Like, the people that's with me, they gonna get the most out of me, but people that's not with me, they just gonna see. They just gotta come along.
And talk about just like keeping your circle tight and, not inviting all advice, because all advice ain't good advice. Like, yeah. Keeping your circle tight and, having a selective few people that you listen and talk to, but understanding that, most people have agendas.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I really noticed that. I started to notice that when I got in high school. Everybody ain't real. Like, you got to take the ones who've been with you for a minute. Like, everybody, like you said, every advice ain't good advice. And I just had to realize that, like, keep my circle tight with my uncle, my trainers, like all my family members and stuff like that who always been here. Like, no matter what, they gonna stick with me through thick and thin. So, it's always good to keep the people like that around and, just keep the people that ain't really been around further away. So.
For sure. And, like, what was some advice that you got from, like, your uncle and your dad and, some of those close-knit people that you got in your circle? What was some advice that you got from them, after taking that L?
Just be you. That's all they really told me. Just be you. Like, don't let nobody dim your light. Be you at all times. Like, that's always been the same advice. Take one L. Okay, keep your head down. Go work harder. Go push yourself. You're gonna get it right back. I always fought through adversity my whole life, so I ain't new to this.
For sure. And, like, what people fail to realize, bro, is like, one L, like a L ain't nothing but a learning lesson. Yeah. Like, it really wasn't an L. Like, y'all took a loss. Y'all had many big wins, but you took a loss, but now you get a chance to reflect and learn from it. And, a lot of people get caught on the roller coaster, but not understanding, like, man, this was a chance for you to just grow as an individual, as a better teammate, look at some weak spots that you have in your game, look at some weak spots you may have within yourself and make that change. You know what I mean? Like, L's aren't, they not forever.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a quick moment in your life, and then you wake up the next day ready to work and time to move forward. When is your next game?
We played the 28th against Newman Goretti, and then we got another big game. We playing Governor's Challenge, so we got Newman Goretti and we got Wasatch. So yeah, EYBL Scholastic and then one of the top teams from Philly. So another chance to redeem ourselves. Ain't nothing to.
Yeah, like, that's the thing about life, man. Like, you take an L, but it's quick rollover, man. You right back to it. Another chance to rewrite. Another chance to make up for, what we lacked the other day and keep it moving, man. I think the problem lies when you sit on a loss too much and you overthink and you dwell. Yeah. Just being able to get right back up and get right to it, man. Did you get back to work the next day or, what was your schedule been like?
Man, the whole yesterday I watched film. like the whole yesterday. Like I spent so much time watching film with my uncle. We watched the game before that, the game before the game before that. Like we watched that game. We were just watching things that I could do better, like just trying to learn, like get back to it. Like now we know what I gotta work on. And simple as that, we just gonna get right back to it. I mean, it ain't nothing to, really dwell on for real. Like we got big games coming up. I mean, like it's either you gonna lay down or you gonna get up for the bigger games. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna speak on that. I want to stay on that just because it relates so much to my life. I took some big hours this year, man, just investing in real estate, and I took some major losses. But I like what you said about watching film, and it's the same thing like in the investing game. Like I go back and look at the errors that I made and improvements that I can make so that the next time when I go in and I'm ready to invest, I can make better investments. And the more that you watch the film, the more I can be efficient and make sure that I'm problem solving in the right areas. So that same mindset don't just go for basketball, but in life itself.
sure.
And just the ability to get back up and not let it like decimate me. Like, all right, I took a major L. Most people might not ever get back up from it, but I know me.
Yeah.
And I learned this from basketball. Like, I got to get back up and I'm going to try it again.
Sure.
I'm going to try it again until it works.
Sure.
So I love that point of view and that perspective of just, watching the film to learn from your mistakes so that the next game, and for me, it's the next investment, I'm ready to go. Yeah, and now I want to dive into your childhood and take it back a little bit just to give the viewers some origin of, who you are and how you became who you are. I met you when you were 9 years old.
Yeah.
I used to pick you up from school. You were super talented, eager to work. And, we had a pretty good foundation that we had set up for you to be successful. Like I said, I used to pick you up from school. Your dad would pick you up from the gym. Your uncle would come and work you out, and it was like a system. And like soon after that, your parents split up, right? Which I know is a touchy topic for you. And you end up moving to Atlanta, and kind of that foundation kind of broke off a little bit because your dad was in one part of the world and your mom was in one part of the world, but your foundation was set here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted you to speak on that, what you was going through when you was away. Because when I seen you, when I actually came back to Baltimore, I seen like a lost kid for a while.
Yeah.
Where you were just trying to find yourself and just try to figure things out.
Sure. I mean, like it was tough. I mean, like had to go down there, all my family split up. And then like, the whole basketball thing was like really kind of taken away from me for a couple months. Like I had a hoop outside of my house where I would go shoot on and stuff like that. But other than that, like I ain't really know nobody out there at first. Like it took for a connection to get me play with Atlanta Celtics. And still I wasn't like on the same like regiment, stuff like that. Like, I wasn't working as much. Like I was just a naturally talented kid. Like, I would have my ability still be out there doing stuff, but I felt rusty. Like I felt like I ain't, had the same thing. I had the same stuff to me. But I always had my game, but it was just like everything was off for real because all my stuff was back home. Like everybody was back home. And then like when I did come back home, I would come back home in the summertime, get right with Javon, but I just feel like everything had kind of like went the wrong, like not the wrong way because like, I feel like things happen for a reason. That stuff helped push me and helped me become who I am today. So I just feel like when I came back, like he said, I was a little lost for a minute. Like I had lost my whole work ethic and everything.
Right.
But now it's like I learned from that. Like I learned from everything that I went through. Like everything up until now. Like I'm still learning to this day. So.
Definitely. Can you touch on the topic of like restoring that discipline? Because you went from where you had all this structure and then you went to Atlanta, which, I think your mom did a hell of a job, but when parents split, things come with that.
Yeah.
Because now the dad's not there, and then your mom, if you was in Baltimore, your mom wouldn't be there. So when the two parents split, it come with a reaction. And I think the reaction was you didn't have the discipline that you would have had, if you was back home with your dad. So can you talk about just having to restore that discipline and kind of relearn all over again? Because I would call you some days and like, you like, man, I ain't touched the ball in 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
We went through that for a while and just, trying to get you back to, where you was at one point. So can you talk about what it took to restore that discipline?
I mean, it just took like, I ain't gonna lie, honestly, it was a lot of conversations like with Javon, my pops, my uncle. Like, it was a lot of deep conversations that we had. Like, you know, if you really want to do this, like, you know, it ain't my life, it's your life. Like, you know, if you really want to do this, you gonna wake up, you gonna flip that switch. And honestly, like, it took a lot of conversations. Like, it took a lot. Like, still to this day, like my uncle he still get on me and stuff like that about some things that I need to do for real. But I feel like without them conversations, without them pushing me and stuff like that, I would never. I don't even know where I would be at right now because like I had lost the love for the game for a little minute. Like I never really completely lost the love, but like I just didn't want it as much. Like, but now it's like, you know, I kind of found myself. Like I even went through a lot in high school, so I had to find myself again. Like it was a complete like last year, this whole year for me, the whole 2023-24 year was like it was like a whole new experience for me. Like I had to find it again. So it's always like something you gotta start from the ground zero with something.
So I want to go back to the situation where we was in the gym one day. It was me, you, and your dad, and we was training, and you were super frustrated this day for some reason. Couldn't make a shot. You know, just wasn't into it. And so we stopped the workout and we asked you, like, you know, Q, what's going on, man? Like, you know, why you not working? And you just look up at your dad and say, man, I wanted you and my mom to be together. And, you know, rather than him talk down at you or disregard your feelings, the first thing he said was like, you know, I'm sorry. And I think more relationships can be put back together if we just lead with an apology and just acknowledge someone's feelings, and then we can dive into actually what's bothering you. And so can you speak on that topic and just speak on, you know, having that relationship with your dad where he was able to talk to you and, you know, things didn't blow out of proportion because he just led with I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like I was going through a rough patch, like when that situation happened. Like when I first came back to Baltimore from middle school, like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, like it was just a lot going on. So like, you know, I just felt I felt good about the situation, like having my dad be there and like be so supportive, like and like he still is to this day. Like I said, all my whole support system, like super supportive, and like him leading with that apology, like just it made me want to like, you know, converse about the topic more rather than like, you know, if he ain't, you know, he ain't really apologize. He just came at me a different way because I was younger back then. So like, you know, it probably would have hurt me. Like, you know, I was still growing up. Like I'm still a kid. I ain't even touched my teens yet. So that definitely was a good little situation. You know, rather than him like coming at me a different way. For sure.
Definitely, man. And like I talked about before, like, you know, as adults, we do things and we don't think it affect people. And it's bigger than basketball, man. Like, rather you like having bad games or having a bad workout, like you dealing with real stuff back at
Yeah,
home.
sure.
And for someone to acknowledge that and, you know, look past the basketball, man, like he's hurting inside.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of times, like, I like to shed light on those situations because, you know, as Black people, sometimes we looked at as dysfunctional and, you know, not being able to have those real conversations amongst men. But,
Yeah.
you know, I watched your dad, you know, take a step down, drop his ego and just apologize and really try to find the real reason and, you know, why Q hasn't been himself for such a long time. And so to see that, man, I really, you know, commend your dad and commend you for y'all relationship, man. It's super dope to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, let's talk about you know, your time at Loyola. Um, take us to your freshman year. You know, what it was like going up there, and then let's dive into your sophomore year and what led you to leave Loyola.
All right, so basically 8th grade, out in the 8th grade playing with Mello. And, you know, going into that summer, we was all like, we ain't even had my decision made yet. Like, I ain't even had my decision made yet on where I wanted to go for high school. We was all just having conversations about it. I ain't even really want to go to Loyola, I'm not gonna lie. It was more of like a decision made by my parents. Like, they was like, I think that'd be the best for them for the academics, the basketball side of it. Like, it's like a good balance. So we winded up having conversations, went on my visit, took the test and stuff like that. Went to go talk to the head coach of varsity. You know, he told me that like it was gonna be a good chance that I could be playing varsity my first year. They don't really play varsity freshman on varsity at Loyola, so I took it as like, all right, I just gotta come in there and work, and I wound up going, wound up working, kept my head down. Tryouts came, I did my thing in tryouts, wound up still going on JV, but I went up there with like a couple guys that I knew like for a long time, like my teammate on Mello, Marlon, he played on Mello with me in 8th grade. Jordan, Jalen was up there already, so like Mason, like I already knew like most of the guys that was going up there, so we was like, all right, let's do this. But playing JV, it's just another bump in the road. Like I mean, like I just feel like that made me better too. Like if I would have skipped straight to varsity, it kind of looked like I'm the only one on varsity. He got a handout. Like nah, I don't never want it to look like I got handed something like or put in a situation because I know somebody. Nah, like I'd rather work for it. But we wound up having a great season on JV. We was like, I'd say we was the best JV team in a long time.
Can I stop you? Because I feel like now, like when I was growing up, like JV was was the steps.
Yeah.
Like you played 2 years of JV and then you learned from the guys that were in front of you.
Yeah.
And kind of now it feels like like guys come right into high school wanting to play varsity.
For sure.
So it's like that. Is that like an era thing? Like is that more y'all era where it's like, man, if I'm not playing varsity, I'm not where I need to be at? Because
I think so, because I think like a lot of kids come in and just like nowadays, like we seen, it's an internet thing. Like we seen a lot of kids playing varsity freshman year. A lot of ranked kids playing varsity. So now it's like, yo, I gotta play varsity my freshman year or I'm not doing something right. And I just feel like we went in there thinking we was gonna play varsity. And it was like reality check, like, nah, y'all don't know the system. Y'all gotta get in the weight room. So like now it was just like a completely new experience for real. Like we in high school now.
Yeah, and I think we gotta get back to like trusting our own process.
Yeah.
Like if we get caught up in just watching everybody else, like what he has to do to make the varsity team may be different because we all have different constraints. Your IQ may be higher than somebody else's, but they might be more athletic or a little bit stronger going into their first year.
For sure.
So you might need another year of JV, and it's not because of your skill set. It's just because maybe the constraints within your body that may need a year to catch up. So I just think we got to do a better job of just self-evaluating, seeing where I'm at, and then going into it with that mindset instead of saying, well, he played varsity. Damn, if I'm on JV, I'm behind. It's like, no, you're not behind. Your process just different.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, I didn't mean to cut you off. Get back to it.
Yeah, so 9th grade year, we wound up having like one of the better JV teams. Like for a long time, we was undefeated. We wound up taking our first loss to Goretti. We lost to them twice. And we lost to St. Francis at the end of the season. We wound up losing 2 playoff games. We wound up losing to St. Francis and Sparta. But we had like dealt with injuries on the team and stuff like that. But after that, we wound up going into like AAU. Whole Mellow situation didn't work out my 15th year. I feel like that made me what I am today for real. Like that whole situation, like if that wouldn't have happened, I don't think I would be where I'm at for sure. Cause like after that situation happened, it was just a lot of work that I put in that summer, like to get back to where I was. Like I feel like I ain't never really get back to my full self until like probably like last year, like last summer, like it took a lot of work like for me to get that confidence back. Like I'm a confident person, like confident player, so like I always had confidence, but like that elite level confidence like that I once had when I was younger. So
can you talk about what happened at 15U years so the audience know?
Yeah, so I wound up going in there, we had like a little tryout, and then like it was like practices and stuff like that. So we probably had like 13 kids in there. Like once they said the roster that's what it was gonna be for real. And we had like probably like 6 practices. We wound up doing a little scrimmage, curly and all that. And then I got a phone call one night, we got up on the roster and Q won't be with us this year, this and that. I was like, dang. When my pops had told me that, it kind of like I don't even know. Like that kind of bothered me a little bit because I've been with the program for a long time. So like that kind of bothered me. But then I was like, just get back to work. It ain't nothing.
Man, that's big. I gotta stop you, man, because I know we're gonna have so many viewers that like, didn't make an AAU team or might have got cut from their high school team and they feel like it's all over.
Yeah.
I was that same person. Like I went to Milford and I got cut my 10th grade year. And I was hurt. I was crushed. I cried. But that summer I went and worked my ass off and I transferred. And then the very next year I took a team that never won a game to an undefeated season. We went to a city championship. And I just say that to say that, again, go back to what we first talked about. Losses ain't losses if you learn from them.
For sure.
And even for you, like, you got cut, you standing here now with multiple Division I offers. Because that never really, the getting cut didn't mean anything. It was the response.
Yeah, for sure.
So talk about, like, what was the response to getting cut and how you got to where you are today?
I mean, like, after I got cut, it was like, my father, like, my support system, once again, like, my father, like, my uncle, like, everybody just wanted to see me win. So, like, it was like, yo, like, we gonna make this happen. Like, we're gonna get you with somebody this summer, like, whether that's this team or that team, EYBO, not Under Armour, whoever we gotta get you with, we're gonna get you over there. My father wanted up making some calls. I got to play with Boo Williams for a little bit, and like some little tournaments of Boo, and I did my thing up there, but I wound up not really liking the situation because it just wasn't for me. Like I ain't feel like the team was like conducive to my play style. Like they had their guys already, so but I just went back and worked for real. Like I played a couple tournaments with Team DTLR, but like I was just working like the whole summer. I was just working, getting ready for my sophomore year. So like when fall league, summer league came around, like I just felt like a better player. I got a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. Like from my freshman year, like right when my freshman year ended, I probably like 5'8", 5'7". I probably hit like 5'9", 5'10", and working on my body, working on my game. I just felt like I got a lot better, like in that little short period of time. Like got more confident. Like just like it was like a self check for real. Like see if I'm going quick because of that, or I'm gonna just keep being me. Like it's just another bump in the road. Like I said, like I've been facing adversity all my life. Like ain't nothing new. Like so.
Yeah, and I think what you did differently that a lot of guys miss is like you didn't wait around for an opportunity. You was already preparing for the opportunity. So you was working on your game, you was working on yourself, and then when the growth spurt hit, it just all went together.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
didn't wait around for the growth spurt and say, now I'm going to work. You was already working. So when the opportunity came, you was already ready to go. That's why you are where you at today.
For sure.
Okay, so then you go into your sophomore year and you destroy, like you kill stuff. I remember it.
Yeah.
So take us through that sophomore year and then talk about what led to you leaving Loyola and then going to AZ Compass.
All right, so my sophomore year, it was like, new coach. Like I'm coming from JV to varsity, so I'm playing with a new coach. Kind of the same system because I had, we ran the same plays and stuff like that. So I was kind of used to it now. The way to play defense, we played in the gaps and stuff like that. So I was just ready to like just play basketball. Like especially I ain't played the whole summer for real. I was just ready to hoop. Like I was ready for my opportunity. Went out there, played basketball. Like that's all I did. Like just play basketball, play my game, high IQ player, score the basketball, play defense at a high level. So like, I was out there against high major players and doing my thing. Like every single like big game we played in, I came out with no less than 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Like every big game I showed up, like every single big game. Like you can't go to a big game and I didn't show up that year. Like I was there every big game. So like I just feel like that's another thing about me. Like when we playing in a big game, like I ain't never going like just fool. Like a lot of kids like they do what they gotta do against the sorrier teams, and then like you play a big game and they know where to be found. So, I was never that kind of guy. I feel like it's a character thing. Like when I'm playing against a high name, like a big name player, like I want to guard him. Like I want to do this. Like it's a target on his back. Like him. I don't got nothing to lose. I got more to gain. Like he the one with something to lose. So, but I wanted after that that season was over, we wound up losing in the BCO and MIAA playoffs. We lost to BCO playoffs. We lost to Goretti. MIAA playoffs. I can't. Mount St. Joe. We lost to Mount St. Joe. But the Goretti game and BCL playoffs, they was like the one seed. Like we had like a real tight game with them. Like we had a real tight game. It came down to the wire. Like we wound up losing. And after that, I went on to play with Global Squad in the summertime. But it was already meetings about the coach to like get fired or leave, this and that. So I was just preparing like for that situation. Like nobody knew I was gonna leave and go to Compass, but like I was just prepared like to see what was gonna happen next. Whether that's gonna be a new coach, the same coach. I was just ready to see what happened. Like, and then, I wound up going to play with Global Squad, Under Armour Sessions, and I wound up playing good. Like I was playing good. Like we had like some up and down stuff with Global Squad. We couldn't really win. Like we couldn't find a way to win, but like it was like a good experience on the Under Armour circuit. Like my first time playing on the circuit in high school, like it was a great experience. Like same thing. Like when I'm playing the big games, I gotta show up. Like listen, you can go watch the film. Like every big game, I played a good game for sure.
And so, was your AAU performance how you picked up the AZ Compass interest?
Yeah. So basically, one of the coaches from like he was like in the Global Squad program. He wound up going out to AZ Compass. He used to be he was up LSU with your brother actually.
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, so he had like sent my people a message like, yo, we love his game. Like we don't got 2025 guard yet. Like we want him to come out here and work out with us, see how he like it, see how we like him. Like, so that's how that whole situation happened. All throughout June, I was in there like with them guys for like two weeks for sure. Like I was just in there working. And then wound up playing in a little Section 7 Summer League thing with them. And I was out there with some high-level guys. Like
Yeah, for anybody, the audience that don't know, man, AZ Compass is one of the best teams in the country. Last year, they was a top 5 team, and, he was able to make their roster. So I just want to, let y'all know what he's talking about to give y'all some context on what AZ Compass is.
Yeah, so I was out there with, like, I went out there, Del Jones. When I first went out there, Del Jones, Jamari Phillips, Victorious Miller, Sammy and A, like I was out there playing with guys like that, like 4 and 5 stars. And like every day we was in the gym working, like we living in the same house, me, Del, Jamari, and Sammy, like we was in the same house all throughout that my time there, them couple weeks. And I wound up playing in the summer league with them. Like I'm the new guy. Like, of course, I'm not going to jump straight into a spot. Like they had these guys, they've been working for a little minute now. I'm just now getting out there. So the first game we played, I ain't play heavy minutes for real. Like in the beginning of the game, I came in, ain't really do much. I got subbed out. Somebody got hurt. I came in, like took advantage of my moment. We was playing Georgetown Prep. I wanted to finish in that game like 14 points, like in like probably like 14 minutes. 14 points, like shooting at a high clip, had a couple steals, couple blocks, couple assists. Like I was just out there playing my game, and like they loved it. So the very next game, I believe I started that game. We played Salt Lake Academy. They now Utah Prep. We just played against them. We wanted to win in that game. They had JJ Manda quit, like a couple other 4 stars on the team at that time. We wanted to win in that game. Doe had he got in foul trouble, so I was playing the 1 for the majority of the fourth quarter. And like I was out there like doing my thing. Like me and Doe led us to a victory. Like we wound up getting that win over them. So they wound up loving my game. They was like, yo, we need him to come back. Like definitely should come back. So I went home. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't want to go back. We had talks with Javon. We was up the gym working out one day. Like me and my dad kind of got into it because like, my dad like he real supportive. Like he want me to take every opportunity. Like if it's a good opportunity, like he want what's in my best interest. So it's like, and with me, like I was kind of looking at it from a standpoint like, yo, like I'm gonna go out there. They just picked up another 5-star kid. Like, yo, I'm not ready to play. Like, I'm not ready to play. I'm trying like I'm trying to work, bro. I can always get back to that, but like I'm a junior, yo. Like I'm trying to play, like. And, you know, we had a long talk with Javon. Javon was like another long talk. He was like, you know, what's the better opportunity? What's the better decision for you? Like, what do you think is the best decision? And I told him like what I felt about the situation. And my dad told him what he felt about the situation. And Javon gave us his input on the situation. And like, you know, he put both situations in perspective, like whether I should stay at Loyola and do this. And then the next year I can go somewhere bigger and kill. Then he gave us the other situation, like you're gonna go out there, you know, put in the work with these high level guys every day. And you know, you still might get that opportunity to play. So, you know, I wound up still I ain't want to go, but then it was like I picked up an offer, like I picked up 2-3 offers like a week later, right before like school started for them. Like, and here it was like school started in September. But out there school started August 3rd. So I'm like, I get a phone call like probably 1-2 a.m. I'm on the game, playing the game with my guys and stuff like that. And, you know, I picked up my first offer from Southern Utah. And then that's when I'm thinking like, yo, if I just got that offer, they just seen me working out, practicing, seen 2 games. Like, imagine what I can get at the end of the year. So we wanted to making that decision to go out there, test it out. I wound up going out there, and you know, I'm still like going through it because it's like my first time being super far away from home. Like I'm on the West Coast, like I'm all the way across the map for real. So like it's just like it's a whole adjustment. Like school started way earlier. I don't know nobody out here. I'm living with my teammates. Like it's a whole new situation for real. So I just had to adjust. Like had to like find myself again. Like get back to the work. Like it was a lot. Like I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot for me. Like at first, like
Yeah, and like I want to chime in because you know you was only a junior.
yeah.
You never reclassed, so you were a real junior, and that's a lot to go. That's a lot going on for a junior, and like you said, being isolated from your support group. You know, it's back to that 9-year-old kid. Now you're just a little bit older, but the same like scenario where you isolated, you don't have much of a support group, and you going through a real tough patch. You going through games where you're not playing. I remember getting a phone call from you, and you doing everything right. You having good practices, but it's not quite showing on the floor because they're not giving you the minutes.
Yeah.
And so just talk about going through that tough patch and still to this day fighting the adversity. You think after you go through one thing that, you know, you're going to be good for the rest of your career, but it's always things you're fighting when you're trying to get to that end goal. So talk about going through, again, some more adversity.
I mean, like, everything come back full circle. So, like, I just feel like if you tough, you tough. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. And, like, I just want to, like, give a lot of credit to, like LeBrant, like, LB, Coach LB. Like, when I was out there, like, living with him, like, yo, he always pushed me, like, every single day, like, he always was pushing me, like, yo, we gotta get in the gym, bro. I'm like, what you doing, bro? Like, ain't nothing to be mad about. Like, let's get in the gym. He said, that's how you got here to work. Let's keep working, like, every single day. Like, we in the gym, and then my guys, like, teammates, people I live with, I had messages, like, they like, yo, they text me, like, though, like, that was, like, my big brother. Like, he would be like, yo, come on, we ready to go to the gym. It's 12 o'clock at night. We in the gym, like, me, Del, LB, Jamari, Sammy, like, we all in the gym. And then, like, you know, like, we moved, like, we had a house, and then the other people on the team had their own house. So it's like all the coaches was pushing me to be great out there, though. Like, that's one thing I would say, like, Coach Mo, like, Coach Les, they was all pushing me to be great. Like, I remember one time this was, I believe, after my injury. So I got injured in, like, September. I had sprained my MCL, sprained my ACL, and I had, like, a severe bone bruise. So I had to come back home because I ain't had no insurance out there. I had to come back home and rehab. And, you know, when I was out here rehabbing, I ain't gonna lie, like, I was having fun at home. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I miss home. Like, but then I realized, like, yo, I'm gonna have to go back out there. So, you know, I gotta prepare. Like, you know, I gotta get back ready. So, getting back to work, I'm at PT every day, just working, like, just getting ready for the, you know, for getting back to reality. Like, so when I wound up going back out there, they wanted to put me on the black team. for a little bit. So I wound up playing with them for a little bit. You know, I did good. Like I killed for a little bit, and then that's when I went back to practicing with both teams. It was like that was tough out there. Like I'm just now coming back out there. The wind is different out there. Like everything different. Like the weather. I got asthma, so I had to get completely used to that again. Like coming off an injury, I haven't been moving much. Like haven't been playing basketball that much. Like now I'm jumping straight into 2 practices, plus workouts, like plus lifts. Like it's just it was a lot. But then like I ain't gonna lie, it helped me out. Like I was in the best shape of my life after that. Like when I got used to that, I was in the best shape of my life. So every practice, like it wasn't really nothing to me. Like I could do what I had to do in practice, and then like go put up shots after. Stay with LB, stay with Coach Mo. We would pull up shots, and after that go home, rest. If we had to go back in the gym at nighttime, we would do that. But I just felt like that whole situation, like that helped me out. Like I just know I remember one time we had a tournament like January or December. We was in Memphis. We had a game. I wound up getting in late in the game, like real late. I was pissed. Like I got like a layup on a fast break, and like I kind of put up like a bad shot. Like it was like I ain't gonna lie, like it was a shot like I knew I wasn't hitting. Like it was contested, but I knew I wasn't finishing that. And they wanted me to dunk, but I was so in my head, like I was like, yo, I've been on the bench the whole game. Like how am I just coming and punch on somebody? Like like that ain't how it works. Then I got a phone call after the game from my pops, and like he laid into me. Like I ain't gonna lie, like we got into it like real bad that day. Like I was going through it. Like I was going through it because it was a lot. Like for me to be out there not playing, and just working so hard. Like I remember working so hard and like just not getting a shot on the floor. Like
yeah.
And then me and my pops get into it, so that was like even more. Like that was even tough on me.
And I want to go back to this topic that you talked about, and it's so crazy. Like before I came in here, me and bro was talking about the same thing. Like in life, man, you only get a very few people who are like genuine and like really want to see you win. And it's one of them things where it's action.
Yeah.
Like LeBrent, like he's one of them people because bro went through the same thing. I don't know if he told you up LSU where he wasn't playing, and he just one of them people like he gonna get it in work. He not gonna tell you. He not gonna talk about it. He gonna meet you at the gym every single day.
Sure.
He gonna rebound for you, whatever you need, and he don't care about where you at on the roster. If you a 5-star, if you gonna be a lottery pick. He one of them genuine people where like when you at your lowest, he there. And I feel like you only get a few of them. You only get a few of those, man. And
for sure,
we got to make sure that like we treat them people right, and we tell them how much we appreciate them because. I'm pretty sure like you, man, for like, bro, like he was a real pivotal person and, why he was able to get out that LSU situation and, had a career he did up George Washington because I couldn't be out LSU every day. I had to be here. I had family here. So he was one of them people like, he took my position and was like, I knew that bro was getting the right teaching and tools from him, man. So
for sure.
Just speak on that a little bit, like how pivotal LeBrent was and just having those very few people that like when things get tough, I know I got this person because a lot of people just there for the ride, man.
Yeah, I was just ready to touch on that too. That's the crazy part. Like after that game, like after I went through what I went through, like I had went back to the hotel and like these 2 specific coaches, like Coach LB, like LeBrent and Coach Mo, like they came to my room, knocked on my door probably like 1 in the morning. Rest of the kids out their rooms, this and that. We don't got no more games. They like, yo, like, can we talk to you for a minute? Take me out in the hallway. We talking. Probably talking for like, we out there talking for like 2 hours. It was nothing but positive, like nothing but positive conversation. Like they was out, we prayed together and all that. Like I just like that was just something that I needed. Like, and that helped me get through the rest of the season. Like no matter what happened, like I could have left like right there. I could have left. After that, like it was plenty of times I could have left during the season, like, and I just like I did it for them. Like I stuck through that for them, and like they honestly helped me become who I am today, like, and who I'm gonna be in the future. Like, like they helped shape out that situation for me. Like, like after that, like my relationship with them got even tighter. Like after that, like that forced me to be in the gym more, like way more. Like I'm in the gym with them all the time after that, just because of that situation. Like they got my back. Like they really love me. Like now I gotta do this for them. Like so like I just feel like they was very important for me. Like for sure.
Yeah, and you never know who really there until you at your lowest.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's who you really know. Like, oh, you was really only here for this.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to be around guys when they lit. That's
yeah,
easy.
Sure.
Anybody can do that. But like, who there when like you at your lowest and like you really need a helping hand?
For sure.
You know, like now, y'all the number 10 team in the country. Yeah, everybody want to comment. Yeah, everybody want to follow you. But who was there when you was at AZ Comp?
Not for
How
sure.
many people was checking up on you? How many phone calls did you get? How many cues you good did you get? I'm pretty sure you can count them on hand. Everybody was counting you out.
For sure. Everybody, I ain't gonna lie, everybody thought I was done after that.
Everybody thought you was done, man.
Everybody thought I was done, you know. Coming back to Melo. Like my first couple things with Melo, I ain't really play much. Like we had a little tune-up tournament, made hoops joint in Baltimore. And like at downtown, like we was playing in that. I ain't really touched the floor 2 games. Touched the floor second half against Canada Elite for a little bit. And then the other game I ain't play at all. I'm like, oh, now everybody really thinking I'm done. Like I'm like, all right. I'm like, to me it's like I see what it is, but like I just gotta get back to work. To them it's like, nah, he done. Like yo, he done. He ain't getting no time at Melo. He ain't play at Compass. Like he done. He done. Then I wanted to pushing through that. Like just keep fighting that adversity. Like just keep going. I ended up getting through that. Finished out this summer with Melo. I feel like Peach Jam in Indiana, those were my best sessions with Melo. Like I did my numbers in Peach Jam was the best they been in a long time. Like since I was at Global Squad and Loyola. Like so I just got that opportunity. Like I now on Melo, like Coach Jarrett, Coach Ingram, like that's kind of how I got that contact with LB. Like he was the one that was like pushing me all the time. Like he was the one that was by my side. He still is to this day. He was when I was at Global Squad because he helped me get the Global Squad. So like, I just feel like everybody, like the people that's with me, like they really, I got love for them because they helped me get through this. Like I wouldn't be nowhere near where I am without them. Like I feel like I just gotta work hard, like because of that. Like I gotta continue to work because of that. Like God put people in your life for a certain reason. Like I feel like they in my life for a certain reason, and I gotta do this for them. So,
for sure. And we're gonna fast forward a little bit, and I want to go to that conversation, man, you had, because I feel like one of the reasons why you super successful is because you're real open to taking constructive criticism, and your dad had reached out to me and wanted me to get on a 3-way call, and I said some pretty touchy things.
Yeah.
I said some things that most people might have got offended by.
For sure.
Because I said some things that question your character. And I feel like as men, we should be able to have a controversial conversation without, wanting to fight each other or lose the relationship because I'm saying things that, I feel can help you.
Yeah.
And so some of those things were just like, man, I don't feel like you got it in you. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I said some things that like woke you up, and you said on that phone, I commend you because, man, I gave some examples. I brought up some guys that, were in your class that I feel like had their foot on the gas, and I feel like you're just as good as them, but you ain't had your foot on the gas. And I commend you because you got off that phone and you said, Jay, you right, and I'm going to be a different person tomorrow. And I commend you on that, man, because so many times, like, young individuals and even older individuals, man, like get offended by, the constructive criticism. And even myself, I use myself for an example. Like, I would have conversations with OGs, in particular like True Smith. I would sit down with him and we would just have conversations about business and things of that nature. And he would check me on certain things. And sometimes I would feel like he's talking down at me or he don't like me and a lot of times, man, it's not that. Just for me taking the time out of my day to speak with you should show you that, my agenda is only to help you because I'm taking time out of my day, to give you some words of wisdom. Same thing like when I had the conversation with you, I had to look back and just look at the state of this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, why would he be pulling me to the side if he didn't care about me?
Sure.
Why would he be giving me these words of wisdom if he didn't see something in me? And so I was just happy that you was able to see that and take that conversation and go to the next level with it. Can you just speak on, you being able to take constructive criticism?
I mean, like, honestly, like, I can only take it from certain people, like, and it's really tough because, like, you know who with you and you know who, like, against you when you get to a certain point. Like, some people, like you said, only here for the ride, like, and then some people really down there with you, like, they been there with you, like, through the thick and thin, like, good and bad, like, through your highs and lows. And, like, I just felt like when I'm getting it from you and my people's, like, I might get super mad at it, and then, like, I can come back and, like, reflect on it, like, and look in the mirror and be like, yo, he was right, like, and then I hit y'all back up and be like, yeah, you was right. Like, it's just the fact that, like, I just know y'all. I know y'all only want what's in my best interest. Like, I might be mad at it for 48 hours and then come back and, like, just take it in mind. Like, you got, like, for the people who been with me, like, I gotta listen to what they saying to some degree. Like they only, like, looking for what's in my best interest. Like, same thing happened. Like, I got 2 phone calls probably the same week. Got one from you on the 3 with my dad, and I got one from Coach Cord with Mello. And that was, like, another person that always been there.
Been in that mud with you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, when I was in middle school, like, I played up with Coach Cord. And, like, he always been there. Like, he kind of gave it to me on, like, the side of, like, well, so, like, what's the option for this? Like, so what haven't you been doing in practice? Like, you telling me what you have been doing, but what haven't you been doing?
Accountability.
So, like, so, like, just making me take accountability. And, like, I feel like that made me better because, like, after I took that accountability, then it was like, all right, I know what you can do now. Like, let's turn that around. Let's flip the switch now.
And I want to stay on that because I feel like with that approach, you take control back.
Yeah.
Instead of letting things happen to you, you making things happen. You know what I mean? So what can I do to change this situation? Yeah. Things aren't happening to me. I got full control of this situation. And if I do the right things, it may not happen today, but you get your opportunity. You see you got it.
For sure.
So I love that, man. Like, you took full control and not just let things happen to you and just fall by the wayside. Because so many of us do that. Like, bad things are going to happen. That's guaranteed in this life. But how we respond and how we react is solely up to us.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, stay on that, man. Like, stay on just, talking to Corb and him telling you to take accountability. Like, touch back on that topic.
I mean, like, when he told me to take accountability for what I wasn't doing, like, I had to, like, once again, I had to reflect. But, like, and that, like, I had to, like, think about it in the short term. Like, I'm like, oh, like, what haven't I been doing? Like, I never really thought of it from that aspect of things. Like, why am I not on the floor? Like, I gotta make it to where it's undeniable. Like, I should be playing. Like, you have to play this kid. And like he was telling me, like, yo, in practice, are you making it, like, are you on the defensive side? Like, I know you playing defense because you always play defense. But, like, are you making it to where it's like he can't even run the play. Like, he can't set the play up. He can't even get the ball up the court.
Sir.
Like, and I was like, nah, like, you right, I'm not doing that. I'm getting stops, but I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not making it undeniable. So like, I just had to, like, reflect. Like, after that, like, he told me, like, he encouraged me to, like, just be me, like, be Q. Be the Q that you always could be. Be the Q that you was when I was coaching you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you got it in you. Now go do it. Go show them.
That's big, man. And let's go to present day, man. Like, what does it feel like to be a kid who was, like, super under the radar, unthought of, to now, like, you buzzing all on social media and, everywhere you go, everybody know you leading the number 10 team in the country right now, Mount Zion Prep. Like, what is that like going from that to that overnight?
I mean, like I said, it took a lot of work. Like, it took a lot of work, honestly. Like a lot of nights where, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I question myself. Like, my uncle and them probably, like, they think, like, yo, he on the game too much, this and that. Like, they all hard on me. Like, so, like, I was like, like, it's sometimes I be in my room and I'm just thinking, like, yo, what if I don't make it? Like, what if I don't go to
stay there?
Free? Like,
what's that feeling like, man?
I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing because, like, I got a family to, I got, like, not to feed, but, like, I got to make sure my family's straight. Like, I got a mother, I got a grandmother, grandfather to pay back, like, all the stuff that he did for me, my uncles, my father, like, all my trainers, like, who been here, like, every single one of my trainers are, like, completely genuine. Like every single one of them that I've been in the gym with, completely genuine. I don't even like me. I can see things. Like I can see like when somebody not genuine. Like so like I kind of take that like let my people know like I can't be around them. Like I see it. Like they not here for me. Like they just here for them. So like I just got like just keep working. Like I'm like if I don't make it, like it's gonna be like I don't know what's gonna happen with my life. Like I don't know where I'm gonna be at. Like be doing whether it's doing something illegal, like whether it's just not like I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with my life. Like
Yeah, it sounds like you basically not giving yourself an option. You gotta make it. This thing gotta work.
Yeah, like if I don't like do this basketball stuff to some degree, like I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Like so like when I kind of got that like that mentality back, like it was just like yo, just go out there and like put like show the work now. Like all you gotta do is let the work show. Be the Q you was when you was young. All these conversations, like I ain't having for no reason. Ain't that much time left, yo. Like go be you. Like they gonna see. Like they gonna see. They watching. So like just go be you. Like when I went out to Utah, that's when I first like kind of made my name. Like after the Melo thing, like people, like I said, people was still like doubting me. So I'm like, all right, bet. Got you. I'm gonna show you this shit. I'm the leader of a team. Like we got the schedule. Like I always showed up against big teams. Now all I gotta do is show that I'm a winner. So
and like, what is it like to be nationally ranked though?
I mean, like to be nationally ranked on a team, and I'm kind of leading.
Yeah, like that's different.
Like, it's different. Like it's a different feeling for sure. Like, and I'm a very competitive player. Like, so I ain't never trying to go out there and lose no matter what. We out here, we rank. Like, it's tough. We just took our first L. Like, it was tough. Like, it was tough on me for sure. Like, and one thing about me, like, as far as like being a leader, like I'm very accountable. Like, I'm very accountable. So like, I went in there and told everybody, like, yo, my fault, bro. Like, my fault. I had a turnover at the end of the game. I'm like, I threw the last pass. I'm like, yo, my fault. That's my fault. I could have pitched it, got it back, took a shot. Like, that's my fault. The 3 fouls, my fault. Like, like just taking accountability. So like, I feel like if you're gonna lead, like you gotta lead by example too.
Absolutely. So, like, and I'm gonna be straight up with you, man, because as men, we gotta be honest. Like, when you made that move to Mount Zion, I talked to your dad and you shut me up because, I felt like, you just came out of a bad situation with AZ Compass, and I knew you mentally needed somebody that was going to give you the keys.
Yeah.
And, I was telling him like, man, maybe he should go somewhere back home where they're going to build his confidence back up because I don't know where he's at mentally. And so I did not want you to go there because of anything skill related, more so from the emotional standpoint. And so you shut me up. Like, seeing what you did, I can't honestly sit here and say that I thought you was going to be the leader of the number 10 team in the country, a nationally ranked team. Like, you even proved me wrong that Q mental was different. Like, Q mental was seriously different because I couldn't have called this.
Sure. I mean, like, even with me and my uncle, like, we had some conversations, like, after the fall league and stuff like that. We lost a couple games. I think we lost, like, a game in the fall league. Lost to West Catholic out in Delaware. And, like, me and my uncle was talking. We lost in the summer league to DeMatha, too. Like, me and my uncle was talking, like, he was like, bro, y'all gonna be doing some losing if y'all don't like get some stuff together. I'm like, trust me, Uncle Mom, like I got this. Like that's the one time I can tell you like I'm in control. Like I got this. Like I got this. Like we got the pieces we need. We got everything we need. Like I got you. Like we ready. We going out to Utah. We gonna shock some people. Like.
And I think you had been through so much in your life that it prepared you for this moment here.
Yeah, for sure.
Q getting his parents splitting up, and then you going through that rough patch, and then going to AZ Compass and not playing. Like, all those events prepared you for this moment that you're in right now.
For sure.
And can you talk about receiving your first couple college Division I scholarships and, what that was like and what's the process like? And just talk about, what can we expect from you moving forward?
Yeah, so like I went through a drought like after I got my first offer like last summer, and then like, cause I wasn't playing, like I just wasn't playing. Then I got in contact with some more coaches throughout the year, and then like now it's like they saw me in the summer, like they saw me working with Mount Zion. Some of them came into the practice, and like Sienna was the first one that offered me in a while. So like Coach Ben Lee, he saw me in the practices and stuff like that. He was like, yo, like I love your game, like. My teammate Francis committed there. Like, play with him on Melo and Mount Zion. Like he committed up there, so like he was like, yo, like it would be great if we can get you and France together again.
Super tough.
Like that would be great. Like, and I was like, yo, that like I gotta work. Like let me like make this happen. Like make these offers happen. Like gotta come. Like now is the time. Like.
So what? Can you update us? What else you got? So you got Siena,
FAMU.
Okay.
I've been talking to like Kennesaw State and Loyola Chicago. So, I got some more stuff coming. Like just waiting for the phone calls. Got some more stuff coming for sure though.
Absolutely. So
yeah.
what can we expect from Q, man, for the rest of this year and next year? Like, for all the viewers watching, what can we expect from Quaron Elliot?
I mean, like exciting basketball, high IQ player. You're gonna see some more winning. Like more importantly, you're gonna see a winner. Like that's what you're gonna continue to see, a winner. Like I don't think nobody ever thought I would be a winner like the one I am right now. Like we winning right now. Like we won some games that nobody thought we could win. Like we beat the number 1 player in the country. We beat number 2 ranked team in the country right now. So like we beating teams that nobody thought we could beat. Like now we got tough games coming up down the road. Like we gonna win. Like we gonna win. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. Just show that like I'm not a fluke either. Like I'm gonna keep being me, like keep being Q, and I'm gonna show the world. Like. So.
And what's the end goal for you, man? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. Like I want to be a pro. Like I want to play professional basketball. Like I want to go play college, play at a high level, and then go play professional basketball. Like that always been my dream. Like I just want to make money to play ball. Like NBA, of course, that's the goal. Like I want to make money to play ball for sure.
Definitely, man. Man, we was just knee deep in the game with my man Quaron Elliot. We out, man.